In a peaceful African town called Umuaka, there lived a boy named Tunde Adewale. Tunde was the only son of Chief Adewale, one of the richest men in the region. Their family owned lands, cars, and big buildings that touched the sky. Everyone in town knew the Adewale name, but not everyone loved it. Chief Adewale and his wife, Madame Forlake, were known for their wicked hearts. They hated poor people with passion. They believed poor people were lazy and dirty, and they would never allow anyone from the poor community to come close to their mansion. Even the maids and the drivers were treated like slaves. But their only son, Tunde, was different. From childhood, Tunde's heart was soft like water. He was gentle, kind, and full of love for people, no matter who they were. Whenever he went out, he would secretly sneak away from his parents' guards and visit the poor parts of Umuaka, places its father called the land of useless people. There, Tunde helped the poor children fetch water from the stream. He joined the men to lift firewood. He helped women carry baskets of cassava from the farm. He gave gifts, money, and clothes to those who had nothing. The poor people loved him deeply, though they feared his father too much to ever come close to his mansion. Tunde's best friend in the poor community was Baba Chike, an old farmer who lived in a small hut near the forest. Baba Chike was poor, but wise. He often told Tunde, "My son, kindness is like a seed. You never know when the rain will fall and make it grow." Tunde always smiled at those words, never knowing one day they would save his life.
One hot afternoon, the Adewale family prepared for a big party in their mansion. Wealthy men from different cities came to show off their riches. Chief Adewale was smiling proudly, boasting about his success. But Tunde, who hated the noise, quietly left the party and took a walk toward the forest. He wanted peace. He wanted to see the sunset from the hills, something he always enjoyed. As he walked deeper into the forest, he heard a strange cry, a sound like a wounded animal. He looked around, calling out, "Hello, is anyone there?" But before he could take another step, the ground beneath him cracked open. It was an old abandoned well, covered with weak grass. In a second, Tunde fell in. He screamed, "Help! Somebody help me!" His voice echoed through the thick forest, but nobody heard him. The sun went down, the forest became dark. Tunde was trapped, injured, and cold. Back at the mansion, Chief Adewale realized Tunde was missing. Panic filled the air. Guards were sent everywhere to search, but none dared enter the poor side of town or the forest at night. Chief Adewale refused to ask the poor for help. He would rather die than beg them. Hours passed, then days.
News spread through the town. The rich boy was missing. The poor people whispered among themselves, "Oh, poor boy. That child was good to us. He helped us when no one did." Baba Chike, sitting in front of his hut, heard the news and remembered the words he once told Tunde. He stood up slowly and said, "A seed of kindness never dies. It is time to water it." He took his lantern, his walking stick, and went into the forest. After hours of searching in the cold night, Baba Chike heard a weak voice calling, "Help, please help me." He followed the sound until he found the old well. When he looked down, he saw Tunde weak and shivering. "Tunde, my son!" Baba Chike cried. "Hold on, I will save you." But the old man was weak and had no rope. He ran back to the village to call for help. Yet when he told others, fear filled their hearts. "Chief Adewale hates us," they said. "If we go there and he finds out, he might punish our families." No one wanted to help, not because they didn't care, but because of the fear the Adewale family had planted in their hearts. Baba Chike looked up at the sky and said, "Lord, give me strength. This boy does not deserve to die." He ran back alone, carrying a long vine rope he made from twisted plant stems. He tied it to a strong tree and climbed down slowly into the dark well. His body shook, but he didn't stop. When he reached Tunde, he held him close. "Hold on, my boy, we are going home." With great struggle, Baba Chike tied the vine around Tunde's waist and pulled him up bit by bit, praying with each pull. His hands bled, his back ached, but he did not stop. Love pushed him forward. At last, they reached the top. Tunde was saved.
Baba Chike carried Tunde on his back through the night. When he arrived at the Adewale mansion gate, the guards almost beat him away. "What are you doing here, old man?" they shouted. "Go away, poor people are not allowed here." But Baba Chike shouted louder, "Your master's son is dying! Let me in!" The noise drew Chief Adewale outside. When he saw Tunde, dirty, pale, and weak in the arms of a poor man, his heart froze. He rushed forward shouting, "My son! My only son!" He looked at Baba Chike in shock. "You saved him?" Baba Chike nodded weakly. "He saved us many times before. I only returned what he gave." Tunde was taken inside quickly and treated. For days, he was unconscious. Chief Adewale stayed by his side, guilt eating his heart like fire. For the first time, he realized how empty his riches were. All his money could not save his son. Only a poor man's heart could. When Tunde finally opened his eyes, the first thing he said was, "Father, please be kind to them. The poor are people too." Tears fell from Chief Adewale's eyes. He held his son's hand and whispered, "My boy, you have taught me what true wealth is." A changed heart. From that day on, Chief Adewale's mansion gates were opened wide. The poor people of Umuaka who once feared him began to see a new man. He built new houses for them, gave them jobs, and made Baba Chike his advisor. The town changed completely. The rich and poor worked together. And every year on the day Tunde was found, the community celebrated the Day of Kindness. During the celebration, Chief Adewale would always stand before the crowd and say, "My son was once lost in darkness, but kindness brought him back to light." Never look down on anyone, for the person you despise today may be the one to save you tomorrow. The people would clap and sing, and Tunde, standing beside Baba Chike, would smile and whisper, "You were right, Baba. Kindness is truly a seed." And Baba Chike would reply, "Yes, my son, and yours has grown into a forest."